Shalom, shalom. I want to start by saying, call Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, B'Kakadash. I want to say shalom and double honors to Alex Apostle GMS. I want to say shalom to the brothers of GMS, because those are the ones that follow after his truth and give wisdom and knowledge and understanding from. I want to say shalom to the elect and 1/3, because this is who we do the work of Yahweh, Yahushua wholeheartedly. And speaking the truth and nothing but the truth. It's your brother Shawab back again with another video. And I was supposed to do a video for this topic a couple days ago, but I got interrupted. So I had to, pick another day, and I finally, had a chance to, time to do it this time. But as you can see with the title, dumping dollars, Russia ditches over $1 billion of U.S. government bonds as Moscow continues policy diversifying investments. So you can see that the other countries are getting rid of the American dollar. And your average American don't even know that even America is even finding ways to literally dump the American dollar. All the excessive spending, crashing, crashing of the businesses, the companies, all this stock shit. They're finding ways to literally just dump and dump and dump and dump, tons of money. And that's what these other countries are doing. They're dumping the American dollar because they're about to get rid of it. They are about to get rid of the American dollar. The American dollar is at its end, man. Y'all, it's funny. I have a 2/3 friend. His name is Oscar. He'll be part of the Northern tribe, the Northern Kingdom. And he, we was talking about his stocks and all that, and he wanted me to get into it. But he was talking about how he wants to buy gold and land. And, he's not in the truth for none of that. But he was talking about how he wants to buy gold and land. You could say he has like a spiritually awakened to what the fuck is going on around him. You could say that. But he wants to buy gold and land because he knows that the American dollar is coming to a point of a crash. He knows that the American dollar is coming to a point where it's not going to have any value and it's going to collapse. He knows that we're getting to the end, because once that dollar collapses, it's the end of this. That's it. Next comes what? That chip. It comes the New World Order. Well, coming with the New World Order, that the Lord is about to crack the sky soon. But going into it, we are at a point to where the American dollar is getting ready to just be pushed over. And these other countries are already doing that. They're already getting rid of it because they seen that Esau kind of scammed them into paper money, which has no value. It's not true currency. And it's been fucking the economy over ever since too. Because especially after this, them purposely crashing and freezing and stopping the world, these other countries are realizing it's just we really just got tangled into a scam. We got put into a scam, and it's hurting us. It hurting us financially, man. This was back like November 2019. Putin, the president of what? Russia, the country, the place that is dumping the dollars. His statement, quote unquote, word for word, was the American dollar will collapse soon. It will not last. They know that. These other countries know that. They know that now, because it was at a point, where these other kingdoms was really sipping off that Babylon juice, and not even just sipping. It was at a point they was gulping it. Now they're sipping it, because they still got the same philosophies. You still see them running around here with suits and ties. Like, come on, man. We got gooks and shit like that, and suits and ties in front of media and cameras and all that. That's the way of Esau, man. That's how he, his diplomacy, how he runs his thing, But he got these other countries right on the same boat, He got them doing the same shit, because now they're sipping it. But they're getting to the point where the Lord is sobering them up, because why? It's time for war. It's not time to sit back and absorb off each other. It's time for war now. So that's why the Lord has these countries coming at each other next. You know what's going on over there in them seas. You know, with the lands and the warning shots. They're getting more aggressive the more they encounter with each other. You know, next thing you know, you're gonna see something about how a direct missile hit a submarine or something. You know, or a Coast Guard boat. Anything. You know, but like I was saying, these people don't know what's coming down the pipeline, man. They don't know that their economy that they're fighting for, that everybody's trying to get rich off of, is about to collapse in front of their eyes, man. Imagine being one of those people, you got your PPP loan and you think you living good and all that, and then you just watch you know, scam your way through to get to where you at, or work your way to get to where you at, and be 20 years old with your own apartment, things like that, and just watch it literally all fall in front of your face, literally have no value anymore. This economy has no value. It's to the point so bad now that over there in Las Vegas, they're doing house scams now. People can't really find houses and grab houses out in Las Vegas because why? There's such thing as people scamming you now with houses. People is out here suffering on a whole new level, you know? You know, it's getting bad, but it's going to get worse. And it's just going to get worse and worse. That's it. You know? Because this is the world, what? It took the fruit away from the children, you know, of the children of the Lord. So now they have to pay for that. And the Lord is just going to make it go downhill from here. But I'm going to get into some scriptures. This is Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 5. And they will deceive everyone, his neighbor, and will not speak the truth. They have taught their tongue to speak lies and wearied themselves to commit iniquity. Exactly, man. That's all Esau do, man. Is commit iniquities, speak lies. He taught himself so well to speak lies through his laws, his diplomacy, things like that. He even got to the point where he created laws to undercut certain laws. You know, to put Jake in a trick bag, man. You know? You know, he goes in here, he sets up these courtrooms and try to play, you know, the Lord, try to play, you know, God, and dictates, you know, if you would get life. That's Esau pride, man. Him telling you, oh yeah, you get in. Oh yeah, you gonna face 52 years to life. So you telling me after I serve, you telling me I could get life, and then after I beat life, I have 52 years added on to that. You know, that's unrightful judgment, man. But that's how this devil plays, man. You know? That's how this devil plays. But that's why it says in scripture, he taught himself to speak lies. He taught himself to what, man? To what? To basically, you know, be a devil to his neighbor. Because look at it, Esau don't even care about his average Edomite, man. The average Edomite suffers now just as much as a Jake. Or sometimes the average Edomite, you know, they're living good, but they're out of the loop. You know, or their average Edomite, you know, American Edomite goes against this system. Oh, I'm not taking a chip. This is that. So that's why even like it says in scripture, a house divided against each other shall not stand. Esau can't stand with each other because why, man? The Lord put in his spirit to be against his neighbor. The Lord put in his spirit to teach himself lies. You know? To teach himself lies and cause iniquity. So they can't stand together. And that's why he goes in these other countries, and what he has to implement power. He has to implement his stamp on that place through power. That's why he has a base in every part of their earth, man. He has to apply it through power. You know? This is let me get this is Revelations chapter 17 verse 5. It says, wait, hold on, this is not. Yeah, Con, this is what I want. This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon, the great mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. Yeah, them great iniquities, creating abominations on the earth. Esau, he creates, with the marine life, he'd be creating his own type fishes, be having these crazy, weird looking animals out here and shit. They be looking disgusting, man. You know? Creating snake head fishes and shit like that. And then what? They was, those kind of fishes, they was destroying the ecosystem, you know, the ecosystem in ponds and lakes and rivers and shit, because they was killing fishes, man. They threw balance off. That's what he does. He create iniquity, lies, great abominations on the earth. He throws balance off on the earth. That's why the earth is like the way it is now, man. It's all out of place. It's out of whack. Trash all over the place, you know, and fish, whales, and all that washing up on the shore. You know, the people, uprising, wars, everything is out of balance, man. You know, you have trees that just be dying, that just look dead. You know, everything is out of balance. Even what the money system is out of balance. That's why these other countries are trying to dump it. They're trying to dump it and and that's why they're going to go to a new system. Esau knew what he was doing. He knew what he was setting up was an unbalanced system. He know that the true currency is what? Gold and silver. But he wanted to create an unbalanced system. What? Some opposite of Yahweh. And created an unbalanced system. So he's going to crash his unbalanced system and try to bring in something that he think it's a win for him, which is the chip. But the chip is not a win, man. The chip is going to be absolute L, because he's trying to basically turn you into sheep and cattle. But when he's, like it says in scriptures, when he, you know, at the table eating, and when he's about to be full, that's when the Lord is going to strike him, man. So when he think he's about to implement his new world order, it's just not going to happen, man. You feel me? It just won't happen. You know? Over here got, you know, Jake looking at me, man. You know? You know, man. You know how I am, bro. I don't, you know, when I'm making a video, I don't care, man. I make this video, bro. You know? It's the same like it's going out to camp, you know, every Saturday, man. Don't care, man. We don't care, man. We're gonna, like it says in the scriptures, man, you know, raise your voice loud like a trumpet. And that's what we doing. We blowing that trumpet. Because a lot of these, you know, Jake, mostly, they don't know what's coming down the pipeline. You know? There's articles out, and this is proof. There's articles out of countries dumping U.S. dollar. And your average American knows nothing about it. Because your average American is trying to figure out what the fuck is the trend on TikTok. What is TikTok? What is the next dance? You know? What is the next quote? What's the next funny thing? What's the next game coming out? You know? Yeah, I'm a gamer. I'm not going to lie, I'm a gamer. I love video games. I would be on games like damn near majority of my day. But I still find ways. I fit the Lord in. I still put the Lord in my life. I still make sure I do this work. Yeah, you in the flesh. Sometimes you go off and not study here and there. You know, but it happens. You know, it happens. But that don't mean, you know, stagger off and just, nah, man. Oh, yeah, nah, man, get the work done, man. I literally I had to make a whole new account. And I'm not trying to make it seem like, you know, I did something better, because all brothers had to make new accounts because how he is. But you got to keep going, man. I get no views. I don't care, because I know I'm getting a view up there in the kingdom of heaven. You know? But I don't want to go too far off topic. But yeah, going back into it, you can see, I ain't really want to read too much. Like, I was reading an article, but I'm going to read a little bit here. Now I'm going to grab a couple more scriptures and wrap this up. It says, Russia's policy for de-dollarization. De-dollarization. Come on, man. policy of de-dollarization. That doesn't sound good, man. That doesn't sound like they want this man's system. They want this man's system, in their country. This sounds like Russia is just another. That's just Edomites, but just on a different level. Like I said, a house divided against itself, man. E is a house divided against itself to the utmost. To the utmost. Worse than Jake, man. Because you have those Amalekites over there in Israel look down on these Edomites over here in America. The American Edomites will look down on the Russians. The Russians same over here, man. Russians same with the Amalekites over there in Israel. That's why they can't stand. That's why Esau's system can't stand. That's why these countries are dumping his dollar. It says de-dollarization is showing to no signs of slowing down, with new figures from the U.S. Treasury revealing that Moscow dropped its holding of U.S. government securities by over $1 billion from February to March. So this was happening back in February to March. They did that for 2 months straight. They did that. They did that, for a month, 2 months straight. You can see that these countries are ready to get rid of this man. And it to the point what U.S. Treasury came out and said it. But that's not public news. Because it won't be. That's why the Lord said, I'm going to come as a thief for the night. You got to understand all these prophecies. This is prophecy right here, man. This is prophecy. This was supposed to happen. That's why the Lord said, I'm going to come as a thief for the night. Yeah, all these things these troubled times that are coming, they're going to come as a thief for the night to these people. They're not supposed to be aware and know what's coming. I'm going to read this Revelation chapter 18, verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. Then the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Exactly. Y'all wax rich at one point through the delicacies, through the buttery lies, man, them buttery words. But it was war in his heart. He knew that this is what he was going to do with this system. Now these nations, these other countries and nations are starting to get aware to it. So they're trying to dump it. They're getting rid of it because they're aware too. You gotta understand, man. They're aware too that what these elites are trying to do. You gotta understand, man. These elites are in cahoots, man. There could be international banker over there in Russia too, man. It probably is, most definitely. You gotta understand, these top countries, they're all in cahoots. That's why, man, they're all in cahoots. It says it right here in Revelation chapter 17 and 18, man. They're all in cahoots. They're all drunk off that wine. So they're all sitting at the same table, gossiping, drinking, getting drunk off that great whore, Babylon. They're all getting drunk off of her. They wax rich off of her delicacies. They all committed fornication with her. So you gotta understand, they're all getting drunk off this wine. They're all in cahoots. So you gotta understand, these countries dumping this dollars. Why, man? Because they're pushing towards dumping this economy worldwide, on a worldwide scale. Only way to make these people accept the chip is by literally making it a need for them. It's a must for you to have this. You can see now like how they doing with the vaccine. I think in Ohio it was saying like, you could get $2 million if you get the vaccine. Some I just looking on the news talking about giving out school tuition, man. College tuition. Come on, bro. They're trying to give out free school for the vaccine. You see what they're trying to do. They're trying to take the things you need and put it in your face and be like, yeah, if you want this, gotta take the vaccine. You gotta take this. You gotta take that. Let's see. I'm gonna read a little bit. It says in February last year, the Bank of Russia held 756 billion, which just dropped to just 3.976 billion a month later. Yet only a decade ago, the amount of the U.S. government bonds on Moscow balance sheet exceeded 170 billion. Oh my gosh. That is a lot of money they have dumped. If you do the math, 170 billion to 5.7 bill, then drop down to 3.9. Oh shit. That is money. That is money that has been dropped tremendously. That is a tremendous amount of money that has been dumped. You know? That is a tremendous amount of money, man. Come on, man. These countries are getting rid of this, man. And they said that's just in a month's span. That's in a month's span. So think about how low it probably gotten now to this day. And you people think this is going to last forever? You people think you're going back to normal? There's no such thing as normal anymore. That's out the window. Normalcy is gone, man. This is Ecclesiastes, Salakia, in chapter 2, verse 4. It says, "And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up in the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of the music shall be brought low." Exactly, man. Music is at what? At an all-time low right now. Music is trash right now, man. These rappers gotten to the point where they're trying to make music for TikTok dances now, because it's the only way to keep them trending. Music is trash now. They can't perform, so they're losing money in that way, you know. And they just everybody's just rapping the same nowadays, man. Nobody's bringing anything different. Everybody's rapping the same. They're not bringing nothing new. No, nothing. And music just not booming how it was. All the doors are shut up. Yeah, man. Some businesses had to close down permanently and never open back up. They took a big hit. Yeah, and then they come out and say, well, yeah, the economy is now kind of just getting back. No, man, these doors are shut. You know, the grinding is low. Come on, these scriptures. This is a living book, man. The grinding is low. Yes, the grinding is low. People don't want to work. People going for their unemployment. They're scamming, you know. People going back to living with their parents because they got kicked out of their homes. They don't want to hear shit. They're forcing people out of their homes now. I have a brother, you know, that just got kicked out of his home. You know, and it's funny because this is the same brother, you know, that, you know, he knows about the truth. He asks questions, things like that. I tell him, you know, I warned him, stop the smoking, man. Stop the eating the pork. Things like that. He don't stop doing it. But he want to, you know, keep thinking that the Lord, you know, was talking to him on it. Yeah, the Lord was talking to you all right. You know, and he definitely chastised you, man. But he still didn't repent for that. So it's going to get worse from there. But going back to it, it was a situation where he, you know, he didn't pay. Wasn't able to pay his rent for 1 month. They kicked him out for not being able to pay his rent that one time. Kicked him out. And now for him to be able to pay them back, they're taking inquiries off of every check that he gets until they're paid back in full of what he owes. You got to see that, man. These landlords, they don't care no more, man. They need to find ways to eat. So what they're doing now, they becoming the hustler, the scammer, and kicking you out of your homes and making you pay a fee when you can't do it. You know? But that was, and also too, that was the Lord chastising his ass. You know, that was the Lord putting a curse upon him. You know? But the grinding is at a low right now, at an all-time low, you know? Because, wow, man, yeah, people are not working. You know, people are just accepting unemployment, but why it's going to get to a point where they're going to shut that shit down. How long do you think America can keep dumping you people money, man? How long? And y'all not going back to work. How long do you think Esau going to keep paying you for no labor? Shit. That's why it's about to get bad, man. It's about to get terrible out here. This is 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 7. It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting times, the sign of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him. Jacob's hand held first to heal got Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Exactly. So that's why these end time prophecies are happening. You know, that's why we are in the last days. You know, people like to jump straight to Revelation. Oh yeah, we're in Revelation time. Yeah, that is true. But it's not just Revelation that just speaks of the end. There's multiple other scriptures, and every prophet in the scriptures have seen visions of the end. Even Moses, you know, have seen visions of the end. Even Lot, he's seen it directly. You know, well, he didn't see it because the Lord told him, you know, not to look back, but he know what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. And then what did the Lord say after he did it? You know, he said what? He said this was the example of other places that live ungodly. This is an example into it. This is what will happen. You know, Noah, he's seen the end. He had visions of the end. And what he's seen, what the Lord can do. That in that what did it say in Jeremiah? What do they call the Lord? What the the terror some. But you know that the Lord could be terrible, man. He could be terror, and that's what's coming. Is great terror. Cause why we are in the generation of the end. We are in Esau's timeline. And Esau timeline, what? It means the end of the earth. It means the end of this era. And the beginning of what? Jacob. That's why why you think there's so much talks of, oh, the end of the earth. End of this. Yeah, why you think that spirit is so heavy out here in this generation? That's all in coming in high school, man. As a kid. The movie 2012. Oh, the Mayans said the earth going in this time. Oh, global warming. Why you think that's so heavy now in Esau's ruling? Because Esau knows as well, I am the end of the earth. But he thinks that he can protect his blessings that he have right now by bulking up against the Lord. The Lord built Esau pride up so much he think he can attack he can outwits the one that created him. I made you what you are. I made you think of outwitsing me. You know? I come on, like, I gave you the spirit to feel like that. So how the hell can you outwit somebody that gave you that character trait? Can't do it. It's impossible. You know? It's impossible. That's how you know we at the end, because we are in Esau's rulership, man. We are in Esau's time. We are in his timeline, but it's coming to an end. You can see it. You know? I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna wrap it up. This is gonna be the end. This is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou time diligently in itself. And when thou seest parts of the signs past, which I have told thee before. Exactly. What did the Lord say before? What we just read in Ecclesiastes. What? The grinding shall come to a low. You know? You know, what is these things, what? The work is gonna come to a cease. The house stores, what, they're gonna shut up. You know, these stores are shutting down, places are closing. You know? The Lord speaks of how he's gonna how the joy is gonna be darkened in this land. You know? Jacob's trouble. This is a part of Jacob's trouble. Money crashing. That's a part of Jacob's trouble, man. Because once his economy collapses, shit get bad. Who you think these Edomites gonna look to put their anger and blame it to? You, Jake. All this Black Lives Matter shit. It was this and that. Ever since y'all started doing all this, everything's been going to hell. You gotta understand, these Edomites want blood. They know that they're losing their kingdom, and who they blaming? You, Jake. The Lord says, study thy time diligently. You gotta study and know the times that you in. Ask the average Jake, what times are we in? Do you know what's coming? Do you know what's going on around the earth? Study thy time diligently. We are in troubled times, man. Russia, Moscow is literally dumping billions and billions of dollars, of US dollars by the days. 170 to 3.9. That's a lot of money that's been dumped. You know? A lot. It says, when thou shalt understand that this is the very same, then shalt thou understand that this is the very same time where the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Exactly, man. Nobody, that's why we keep saying nobody knows when the Lord, Yahweh Shah is going to crack the skies. Not even Yahweh Shah knew, because he said it. But then you still got these dumbass people that's still out here that will try to mathematically break it down to when he's coming back. It was this one video, this TikTok video of this girl, and she was trying to mathematically break it down. She's going to say, yeah, the Lord should be coming back like around time 2026. Then going to sit there and say, well, he could come back, around this time, dude. Who knows? Which one is it, sister? Like, nobody knows, dummy. Nobody knows. The Lord just told us to study our time diligently. Look at the signs that I told the prophets in the past. What it says, roughly paraphrasing, the past learning is for our learning's sake. I'm roughly paraphrasing. I probably messed it up, but meaning that these past prophecies, this book, the scriptures is what is for our learning, for this day. That's why the prophets, every time they spoke of them getting a vision, they felt sick, had headaches. They was frightened, scared, because they didn't understand what the hell they was seeing. But now, coming in a reincarnation, now that spirit, those prophets' spirit, now they understand. That's why they just clicking. And they just out here putting out the truth day in and day out, easily. Just clicking. Because they didn't understand back then. But now we see that the Lord was speaking of these times. He was speaking of these times that we're in right now. What? The ruling of Esau's timeline. And Esau's timeline, what is the beginning of the end. And we are not at the beginning of the end anymore. The beginning of the end is when they was rolling back in Rome in time with Yahweh Shah. Because when Yahweh Shah got on the scene, that was the beginning of the end right there. And there's scriptures to prove that in Matthew. But now we're at the end. We're at that end point. Because now we're starting to see the signs that are passing, that the Lord speak of that will happen before his return. We don't know when the Lord returns, but we just know that we know that it's going to be soon, the more the signs we see. And this is one of them. This is cause of what? Of collapse of economy, a collapse of currency, a Great Depression. Right here as this title on this article, So that's how we know that we're on the end times, man. I didn't want this video to be too long though, but when the spirit hits you and it's hot, man, you just get to rolling, man. You just, especially too wasn't able to make it to camp, so my spirit is just, just rolling, just hot right now, man. But I hope that video was edifying to you, brothers, brothers and sisters. With that, I want to say shalom to the next.